everybody, this is Kimberly from Lakeside Loops, and today I'm going to show you how to make this local Has My Heart crochet bag. I use Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton yarn and a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. You can find the full written instructions on my blog for free, www.lakesideloops.com. Everything you need to know is there, the yardage, the gauge, the stitch counts. This video tutorial will just cover the basics of the pattern, any parts that you might have questions about, things like that. This bag is worked from the bottom up to the top, so your straps will be last, and we're going to work in the round. So your bag will be sort of a cylinder, and then at the end we'll come back and stitch the bottom together. So chain 89, and then we're going to join our last chain to our beginning chain to form a circle. So you want to make sure that your chain isn't twisted, and you're going to go right, find the start, and then you're going to join the beginning to the end to make a circle. Sorry, it's hard to get that chain on there. Oh. So I'm just going to slip stitch to join the beginning of my chain to the end, and now I have a circle. Now we're going to be working in the round. As I said, we're going to chain 2, and you're going to half double crochet the first 2 chains together. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the first chain, grab my yarn and pull it through, insert my hook into the next chain, grab my yarn and pull it through, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on my hook. Now we're going to be half double crocheting 2 together all the way around, but we're going to be working into our previous stitch and our next stitch. The reason I'm doing that is so that we're not doing any decreases. Normally if I half double crochet these 2 chains together, they would become 1, and therefore I would have a decrease, but we don't want that with this bag. So instead of half double crocheting these 2 stitches together, I'm going to go into my previous stitch where I just worked. Sorry, I'm going to yarn over first, go into that stitch, grab my yarn and pull it through, and then go into my next chain, grab my yarn and pull it through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. So again, I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to go into the chain that I just worked into, yarn over and pull through, into the next chain, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. So because my half double crochet 2 together are going into my previous stitch and my next stitch, I'm not actually making any decreases. So at the end of round 1, you should have 86 half double crochet 2 togethers. So that's 1, you should have 86 of those. And now we're going to join to the top of our beginning chain with a slip stitch to finish off our round. So for round 2, we're going to chain 2. We're going to be using our base color again, but this time we're going to be carrying our contrasting color behind our round. So from here on out, we're always going to be carrying yarn behind our round. And this is going to help make our bag a little more sturdy. It'll be a little more stiff, and it'll also help keep everything even for when we come to our color changes. The thickness of our rounds will be the same throughout the bag. So this round, it's worded differently, but it's basically the same. A half double stitch is basically a half double crochet 2 together. It's just an easier way to write it in the pattern so that I don't have to always say to crochet into the previous stitch and the next stitch. So I'm going to show you the half double stitch, and it's basically the same as a half double crochet 2 together. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go to the right of your stitch, you're going to go in, grab your yarn and pull it through. Now you're going to go to the left of your stitch. So this is my stitch right here. We went into the right, now we're going to go into the left. Again, holding that contrasting color behind my round. I grab my yarn and pull it through. And now I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And that is a half double stitch. So for the next one, again, we're going to be going to the right of our stitch and to the left of our stitch. So here's our stitch from our previous round. We're going to go in through the right and then into the left. So and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. So again, yarn over on this side of the stitch, get in on that side of the stitch, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. And that's a half double stitch. And it's basically the same as saying half double crochet 2 together, working into the previous stitch and your next stitch. So you're going to do that all the way around, again carrying this contrasting color with you. Alright, so you're going to repeat round 2 until you've completed 5 rounds, and then round 6 is where you start your color changes to create your heart. Again, we're working from the bottom up, so this is your first color change. To save time in the video, I'm just going to skip ahead and show you how to do a color change. So to do a color change, whenever you know your next stitch is going to be a different color, you're going to use that color to complete your current stitch. So if this stitch is the one that needs to be white, in my case, that's my contrasting color, then I'm going to use white to finish off this stitch. And by that I mean the last step of my stitch. So I've got all 4 loops on my hook. I only have to yarn over and pull through all 4. But instead of using my base color, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to pick up my contrasting color. And I'm going to use that to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And now I'm ready to go to create my next stitch in my contrasting color. Now again, whatever color the next stitch is what color I should finish my current stitch with. So in the case of round 6, the following stitch needs to be gray again. So I'm going to finish off this white stitch using my base color. So I'm going to yarn over, start the stitch off, and now I'm going to drop my contrasting color and pick up my base color and use that to finish my stitch, because that's the color that I need to use for my next stitch. So again, absolutely everything that you need is on the blog. There is not only a chart or a graph to show you how to make this design, but I've also written out each round to tell you exactly how many stitches to make in each color, in case you're more of a reader versus being a visual graph chart follower. So both options are on the blog for you, and again, it's all for free. So you can head there for those details. Now I'm going to skip ahead and show you how to do the straps and finish off the bag. So round 37 is where we begin our straps. We've done a few more rounds of just using our base color and the half double stitch, and now round 37 is where things get a little bit different. So here is my join, my chain that I've done up the side here, and we're going to half double stitch 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to chain 72. So you're going to create this big long chain, and then you're going to skip the next 27 stitches. So you're going to count from where you left off your 8th stitch here, and you're going to count over, and you're going to skip all 27 stitches, and then you're going to join on by doing a half double stitch around the next stitch. So right here you can see I did a half double stitch, and then you're going to do 16 of those in total, which is going to bring you around to the other side, and that's where you're going to chain 72 again, skip 27 stitches, and then do your last 8 to finish off the round and join with a slip stitch. Now for your next round, your final round, woohoo, we're at the end, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to half double stitch all the way around and all across your chain. And I wrote half double crochet 2 together because it was just easier to describe it that way, but you're just doing the half double stitch all the way across your chain and all the way around your round. And then you are finished with your strap. Now the last step of this bag, which if you've made it this far on your own, you know, is to seam together the bottom. So you would have a hole where your hand goes right through, which doesn't make this a very good bag. So you're gonna turn your bag inside out. It's kind of neat to see all your color work from the inside. And you're just going to begin at your join, which is on this side. So you're gonna begin at your join, and you're just gonna slip stitch the 2 sides together. So you're gonna insert your hook. I'm gonna back this up and show you. All right, so as I said, I started over here at my join, my chain, where I was making my chain 2s, and I slip stitched all the way around. I'm gonna show you here. You've just sort of folded your bag in half, and you're slip stitching the 2 sides together. So you go through both sides, grab your yarn, and pull it through both sides and your stitch. And you're just going to do that all the way to the end, and then that will seal off the bottom of your bag. And then you can turn it right side out and enjoy it. I really hope that you found this video tutorial helpful and that it answered any questions that you may have about the design. Thank you so much for following along. I really loved working with this yarn, and I hope that you did too. Stay tuned for more free patterns. Thank you again. Take care.